So welcome back to another episode of Tortorici podcast. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, Vernon and Carey. If you want to introduce yourself and tell the people a little about what you do and how you came up.
I'm Vernon Carey. I'm from South Florida. Went to University of Miami. Went to play for the Miami Dolphins. I was a first round draft pick in 2003, and I have a foundation. We give back. We focus on giving back to youth. And currently, I just joined and partnered with Shalonda. We own Green Envy, providing healthy options in deprived areas.
And as far as, kind of explain more about the Green Envy, like what kind of options do you provide? Are they like?
It's more along the clean line. We provide salads. We provide steam bowls. We provide smoothies. And It's about just providing healthy options in deprived areas that you normally can't find those type of foods.
And I know you were telling me a little bit before, like how there's a food truck and then you guys have a restaurant as well. Correct?
Yeah, we have a food truck. It helps us get the brand out, reach areas that we can't reach at the moment. And then we have a brick and mortar, which resides in Liberty City on 62nd and 7th Avenue. And it's like, it means a lot to me because it's 2 blocks from where I grew up at as a kid. Yeah. So it means a lot. I'm very passionate about it, and that's my mission right now. I feel like God placed that in my heart to be able to give back to my community, and now I'm able to give back in a different way.
That's huge, and you're doing it in a great way because it's healthy food.
And it helps people live a better quality life. And like I said, we don't do no fried food. We do only clean food, meaning everything grilled. We do grilled chicken, salmon, shrimp, and tuna. And we do a lot of vegetables and salads. So it's almost like a blend of chipotle and tropical smoothie blend together.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah.
All the healthy foods.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people are probably going to be interested to know about your football career. And can you kind of talk a little bit more about that and how that all started off for you and what made you want to get into football?
Just seeing my big brother play football. You know, I was the youngest child in my household and just wanted to be like my big brother, play sports. And I found a liking to it. And then I ended up being good at it. So I was like, that's my way to go to college for free. And it started off just like that. I want to go to college for free. I want to get out of my environment. I want to expand myself, evolve as a human being. And it just kept going to the next level and the next level. And when I got to college, I was like, all right, you got to work a little bit harder, you know? And then when I got to college, I kind of put the work in, and then I became a first-round draft pick.
And how important do you think having a strong mindset and headspace played a factor in football?
You got to have a strong mind. It's not easy. You got to think. It's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people all over the United States trying to play that same sport you're playing and make the money that you're making. So I tell my kids all the time, you trying to get something nobody else got, you got to be willing to do something nobody else willing to do. You know what I mean? So it's just that type of mindset. Like, you got to willing to put the work in, to sacrifice. And I was just talking to my young son this morning, like, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to get up a little fun? Are you willing to put down a video game? Are you willing to sacrifice time? And not only time, but be consistent at it. It's not just doing it one time or once in a while. It's as Lombardi says, when it's not a sometime thing, it's an all the time thing. So you have to be very consistent, and the person who's very consistent and resilient in what they're trying to achieve are the guys who usually achieve their goals.
Absolutely, I completely agree with that.
And I take that same mindset into the business right now. You know, a lot of people ask me, man, why are you on a food truck? And I'm like, it's my brand. You know what I mean? I know what it takes to be successful, and I know what you got to put into it. So you got to put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and you got to be willing to bust your butt and willing to, like, I put it in the craziest form. You got to be willing to die for what you believe in. You know what I mean? And that's how much effort, how much fortitude you got to have towards what you're trying to accomplish. So, and you want somebody else to believe it, you got to believe it. How you expect somebody else to believe something you don't believe? So you got to be passionate, and you got to believe in what you're trying to accomplish.
I know a lot of people too, coming out of your position of playing football, they wouldn't want to be like, all right, I don't want to sit in a food truck and go through that. But I know it's a deeper meaning for you.
Yeah. For me, it's a deeper meaning. It's like I'm helping other people, and you know, when you put purpose before money, money follows purpose. Yep. So if you got a meaningful purpose and a desire to try to truly help people and a cause that's going to help a lot of people and go against the narrative, the grain, nobody's willing to do it. Why? You know what I mean? Because it takes a little time and a little work. Well, I'm willing to do it.
Of course, and like you said, you are putting in the work.
Yeah, I'm working 6 days a week. I'm like, man, I didn't work like this in 10 years. I've been retired for 10 years. And I'm like, man, I never worked this hard. But like I said, I see the long-term vision with it. I plan on expanding. By the end of the year, I plan on opening up another restaurant. So it's doing well. People really are coming to like it a lot, and that's what I want to keep building on.
And do you want to keep the chain down here in South Florida? Or you want to hopefully
eventually I want to expand, but I want to conquer. I want to control one area, and that's South Florida first. You know, I want to get to Broward. I want to get down south, Prime, and those type of areas. But you know, that's just my passion. That's the vision I feel God put in my heart, and I'm trying to, you know, put effort behind it.
Of course, and I know, like you said, you are putting in the work to do that.
Yes.
I see a lot of, because I follow you on Instagram, so I see a lot of your posts. I see you do a lot of giving back in the community as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To get people, you know, sometimes you got to give a little, you know, and I feel like my whole life I've been giving, you know what I mean? And that's what I feel, that's my calling, you know, my passion. That's what moves me. That's what wakes me up in the morning, and I try to teach my kids the same way.
And is that the only business that you're invested in right now, or you?
Oh no, actually I have another business. I have Carey Golden Standards.
Okay.
That's our real estate business. I have me, my cousin, and also have my son invested in it. My oldest son that's playing in the NBA. We invest in that, and we build houses from the ground up. We buy land and we build houses up from the ground up. And we sold a couple houses during the pandemic. So I mean, that's our new venture too. That's
a pretty cool venture. Is it you guys are going in and flipping the houses, or is it more?
Oh no, we buy them from the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, empty lots, and we build them up and we sell them. And we got a couple of more available in Houston. We do it in Houston.
Okay.
So there was regentrification in the area, so we want to be part of that.
Real estate is something that's not going to be going anywhere.
Oh yeah. Over time, it always goes up.
Always appreciated, especially down here in South Florida too.
Yeah, absolutely. Thinking about moving it down here to South Florida, but you know, the time it's all about timing.
Of course, yeah.
Yes. How
important do you think networking is in the business world?
Oh man, that's the most important thing. You got to be able to communicate with people. Like I said, giving back, working with others. I believe in the Bible, and it says all good work together.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just that simple. All good. If you're a good person, I'm a good person, we're gonna work together because we're trying to bring good to the world, you know. So that's what it's all about: networking, working with others, and building other people up, and they'll build you up.
Right along with you.
And that's along. You know, it goes hand in hand. Just building each other up.
I think that's extremely important too, to have the people around you have a huge influence on how your life will be per se.
Absolutely.
Now I know a lot of kids my age, they kind of sit back and don't really see college education being important, or I know it's a big topic going on right now. What are your thoughts on college education right now? Do you think it's important to make money in this day and age, or?
What you mean?
Getting your bachelor's degree or your master's degree?
It's important. I mean, if you're gonna use it, it's important. I think you just got to find what you're passionate about, and if it requires a degree, do you get the degree? You know what I mean? Some days you don't need a degree. You know, I'm almost like with the Elon Musk topic. Hey man, you don't need a degree. Come work for me. Just come work for me. I'll teach you the skill sets that you need to learn to work for me. Absolutely. So, and then if you need information, there's a lot of information online. You can find a mentor. You can find people that could help you along your journey.
I think that are the best lessons, rather than, I guess, a degree, because just going through the experiences and trial and error, especially in business.
Yeah, business, you got to go through some things.
Yeah.
Nobody can teach you nothing. You got to go through it, and sometimes you got to fall on your face, you know? So if you don't intern for somebody or have a mentor that's guiding you through the process, you're really gonna probably fall on your face. But the best learning lesson is making mistakes, failure.
Absolutely.
You know, you gotta fall on your face. And me being in the business with this restaurant for 8 months, I fell on my face many times, but we still growing. You still keep moving forward. You still, like I said, you gotta be passionate about what you're doing. If not, you'll quit at any moment.
So I'm sure it's easier just to want to go and quit too.
Absolutely, quitting is the easy way, you know.
Exactly.
And as long as it's going in the direction you see where it can go, then you keep pushing, you know. And you got to have that faith and the belief that what you're doing is the right thing, and all those things above.
Absolutely. And so I see your posts every morning. It's very motivating to see, because I know you're up at 5:30, 6 a.m. out there working out.
Early bird get the worm.
Exactly.
Yes.
So how important do you think fitness is when it comes to being successful into other areas of your life?
It instills discipline. The number one factor you gotta have to achieve any goal, you gotta have discipline. You gotta believe, you gotta do the things you said you're gonna do. If you don't have the discipline to do the things you say you're gonna do, then it could collapse on you at any time. So you gotta have discipline and say, okay, I'm gonna do it at this time and I'm gonna do it. This is who I am, this is what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna do. Absolutely. That's the discipline. That's what discipline plays a part in everybody's life. Mm-hmm. Doing what you say you're gonna do, when you say you're gonna do it. Not when you feel like it, when you say you're gonna do it, you know, and being uncomfortable. Who said it was gonna be comfortable? I tell my kids all the time, if it was comfortable, everybody would be doing it.
Exactly.
It ain't supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be a little hard.
So you were already up on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m. out on the beach running?
Oh yeah, did my 3 miles on the beach. You know, I feel like that's God's gift to see the sunrise, you know, and I want to see that, you know what I mean? Because some people don't wake up to get to see it, or some people are too busy to see it. And I'm able to, you know, make time in my busy schedule and still be able to go do it. And during the week, I do hot yoga. That's something I started this new year, and I'm 8 weeks strong. You know, 8 weeks strong. Yeah, man, 8 weeks in a row, and just, you know, some days I don't feel like it, but when I get there, it's about just getting there. Once you get there, everything else take care of itself.
The minute you get out of there, you feel amazing.
Yeah, and then once you finish, you really feel amazing.
Yeah.
So that's the part, and I can feel my body changing. I love how my body's starting to feel, because before I couldn't lift my arms up. It's just from old football injuries. Now I'm more mobile, I'm more flexible, and I can do more things. Even my running has gotten better. I remember I used to run 3 miles in 48 minutes. Now I'm staying under 40 minutes consistently. Like the other day I did it in 36 minutes. I did 3 miles, that's 12 minutes a mile, but for a big guy, for me, I think that's good.
Huge improvement.
You know what I mean? That's big, for 48 and almost 50. I remember one time I posted this, somebody was like, man, it took you a whole hour almost. I was like, yeah, you're right, I gotta get better. And then I just started implementing new things in me, exercises, and it ended up paying off. It's paying off, and I also believe, I tell my kids all the time, I can't be selling health if I ain't helping myself. So I got to, if I'm gonna be it and push that on other people, I got to be doing it. So, and I truly believe health is the number one thing. And I pay that towards my grandmother. She lived to 95, but man, she worked out till she was 90. She used to wake up every morning and go walking on a Kohler Park, and that's in the middle of the hood. And she used to be 60 years old walking by herself. And I'm like, Grandma, man, I'm gonna go with you, because I feel like somebody gonna knock you across the head or something. And she would just go. It don't matter. If you ain't go, I'm still going, because I care about my health. And you know, I just want to put that. I want to push that more on our culture, to just be more aware of their health.
And I know too, in this day and age, everyone, social media is just taking over. I know a lot of people think they want instant results. I know.
Nothing happens overnight.
Like
exactly. Nothing happens overnight. You know, I always keep saying my kids, but you know, that's who we're supposed to be raising up. You know, we're supposed to teach our kids better, more information we didn't know, so we pass it on to our kids. And like my son, I tell him, hey, you want to work out? You need to work out. It don't matter. You just got to keep working, and over time, it pays off. It don't happen overnight.
It's not gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
I know people are always looking for the quick way out for everything now.
Yeah. Even with my business, I don't see it really hitting its real full potential in the next 5, 7, 10 years. You know, God might bless me, it might come before that, but I tell people if it come too quick, it's a trend.
Yeah.
I don't want to be trendy. I want to be organic. I want it to last for generations and generations.
That's very true, because if it does happen too quick, like you said, it's a trend, and it's going to be done in a year.
Yeah, it'll be going quick.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about discipline and routine, and just staying in that schedule. I think that's extremely important to having success. And now, if you could pick one person that has influenced your life the most, who would you say it is? It could be anyone. Family, someone famous.
Probably, I would have to say, that's a tough question. I don't know.
Take your time.
It's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people. You know, it's more than one person. It's my grandmother, like I said, with health, just caring about your health and getting me into religions. My religion being, you know, to God and practicing my faith and being obedient to God, and all that goes hand in hand. So I would probably say my grandmother the most. You know, she was a strong impact in my life.
And kind of to go back to the business, the Green Envy, what presented you the chance to hop into that business? Like how'd that go for you?
It was the pandemic. It was during the middle of the pandemic, and you know, I saw my kids, like my twins, they're about to graduate from high school this year. And I was like, all right, I can't keep investing in them. They're about to leave, and once they go to college, you know, kids don't want to be bothered with their parents. So yeah. I was like, okay, what I'm going to do for myself now? And I was like, well, I've been pushing health on my kids, and I care about my own health. And my grandma taught me about health all my young years. So I was like, you know what? That's something I truly know, and I'm passionate about, and I care about the people. And I saw something online. It was Shaq, and he was talking about investing what affect people's life. He said he learned that from Jeff Bezos, and he was like, you invest in what touched people's life and what changed people's lives. Purpose. Going back to the word purpose. And I was like, I found it. I was like, this is a purpose. This is who I am already with my foundation. I've been going for 14 years, giving back and helping youth with scholarships. We give out scholarships every year. We do back to school shoes. We give out turkeys during the holidays. So I've been very active in the community already. And I was like, you know what? That's my next thing. That's what I could do. So I'm 60 years old. I could start investing in communities that are deprived of healthy options. And that's my mission. I feel like that's my calling for my next 20 years.
Even if you get something like that into like the school systems, because I know the school system, the food is not good at all.
Yes, and that could be the next layer to it. But right now, I partner with a lot of schools already.
Have you?
If you see it on Instagram, I partner with a bunch of schools already, and we feed staffs because teachers want healthy options. You know what I mean? And teachers don't have time to go away, so I use the food truck to just bring it out to the different schools, and it helps me push the brand, and also they get to taste the food, you know, and that helps the brand.
Yeah, it's the best way of doing it.
Nah, but man, I'm really passionate about this, man. It's like, I feel like this the one.
That's good.
And I'm gonna pass it down to my kids, you know what I mean? It's something I can pass down to my kids because Publix started somewhere. McDonald's started somewhere. Everybody started somewhere, and I tell a lot of people I might not even see the finished result, but I know where it's going to go, because you just got to have somebody passionate enough, with the right connections to be able to push the narrative.
Absolutely, and it's something that, like you said, the connections and being able to push the narrative, that's going to make a difference.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of possibilities. There's not a lot of green options that are healthy options for, like, let's say, fast food type of thing.
Yes, and the people who don't. And then you got all these companies that's doing it, but they don't want to get out in the community and push it.
Not at all.
They just want you to just come into the store or pay marketing to do it. I'm willing to go into the schools. I'm willing to go talk to the kids. I'm willing to give back to the communities for them to try it free. You know what I mean? Like I do. I go to the parks. I give it out free smoothies. I give out to get them acclimated and get them used to trying it. Because in those communities, most of those kids never had it.
Yeah, and I know the options that they do have are not the best options.
Yes,
like
no,
I said.
yes. Fast food, grease food, soul
fried food, all that stuff.
Yeah. So it's bad options, and and you hear a lot of excuses that say, "Oh, we don't have no options." No, you don't have that excuse no more. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You got green envy, you know? So
There we go.
That's the goal, you know? And like I said, man, I thought of everything about it, and I see a long-term plan with it. You know, even we're going to bring meal prep plans to it. So, you know,
cool.
just providing healthy, cheap options to, you know, help people along their journey for the whole week, the whole month, you know?
And you just make it easier on people too with like
Yes.
the meal prepping and that type of stuff as well.
Yes.
Do you see yourself investing into other areas, or do you have another thing on your mind that you want to invest in the future?
I'm fully locked in on this for right now, you know?
Absolutely.
Later on might be something else, but for right now, I want to see this get off the ground because I see so much potential in it, and I see where it could go if I stay locked on in it, you know?
Yeah, of course. There's so many possibilities
Yes.
and ways you can expand the company.
Yes.
And getting partners in and expanding nationwide, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of investors already, but I'll be like, no, not yet. Not yet.
Because you don't want to go too fast.
Yeah, you don't want to go too fast. And that's what my mentor teach me. He'd be like, nah, you don't want to spread yourself thin. And like I said earlier, I said, I want to conquer this first. You know what I mean? I want to conquer Miami. I want Miami to be the home base. I want to have 10, 12 stores in Miami where it's just strong. Everybody knows who Green Envy is. You know what I mean? And then you expand out. You don't want to spread yourself thin just jumping around because people want to do it. And it's like, it mess up your brand. I want it to be organic. I want it to be real, and I want it to be able to help people.
Yeah, absolutely. And this kind of goes back to the fact of like fitness and tying in healthy eating. That's all important if you want to see success in other areas of your life, because I feel like if your body's not right and your head's not right, then you're not going to be able to succeed in life.
Absolutely.
At all.
Absolutely.
Now I want to ask this too. Do you do things to help improve your mindset? Because I'm a big believer, if your mind's not right, then you're not going to be able to accomplish anything.
Yeah. I don't play a lot of music no more. I used to listen to music all the time in the car. I don't play music in the car no more.
No way.
I like to hear myself think. I like people, my wife think I'm crazy. I'll be like, no, I don't want to hear all that rah, 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 and this and that. I just want quietness. I love quietness. And I do, like I said, I do yoga, which is very challenging. And in the whole time of the yoga class, they are telling you, anybody could quit. You have to push. Do you want to be a better you? You know what I mean? So they do a lot of words like that they throw at you to push yourself. And I think that's the part that's helped me every day, because I know I had to go back to that. And I go back to my college days, you know? Like, who said it was going to be easy?
Yeah.
Who said it was going to be easy? It's never going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So, you know, I believe in what I believe in. I'm passionate, and I love what I do.
Now, I'm talking about the college. When you were playing football, did you ever see yourself taking it to the next level of going to the NFL, or is it kind of just getting college paid for, or how? First
it was just college getting paid for, and then I was like, I could do what they do. And then at that time when I was at University of Miami, we had so many first rounders, and I was around so many first rounders, like, I'm gonna be the first rounder, you know?
Yeah.
And it goes back to whatever you put in your mind. If you put the effort and the passion behind it and the effort, you could achieve it. But what are you willing to give up? It goes back to that, sacrifice. So what are you willing to give up? How are you willing to work? Do you truly want to work? I was working out 3 times a day. I was working out at 6 in the morning. I was working out 11 in the afternoon and 4 in the afternoon. Even on Saturday nights, I ran at night.
Wow.
Because I believed I'm willing to do what you ain't willing to do.
Yeah.
I'll work out on Friday night when all the college kids were going
out and partying. Yeah.
Partying. That's because I overheard Ezra James and Reggie Wayne talking one day, and they was talking about, man, you gotta separate yourself. How you separate yourself? I'm willing to do what nobody else is willing to do. That's why somebody willing to pay you some money that somebody ain't gonna be willing to pay, because they're not willing to work.
Yeah.
Everybody want to get paid, but nobody don't want to work. And you gotta be willing to work. And outwork, not just work, but outwork.
And then I can imagine too, once you transition to the NFL, it's basically like a restart, because now you're challenging with the vets and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that was another challenge in my life, because when I first got there, I was a first-round draft pick. I didn't really play that much my first year. I think I started like 1 or 2 games my first year.
Really?
It was a couple of games I didn't even dress. So I felt it. And from my hometown, so it was like, all right, that ain't gonna happen again.
Yeah.
And then what you gonna do about it? Nothing just happens. What are you willing to do about it? And I was willing to put the work in. Hard work, sacrifice, everything. And the next year I came in better. had a little bit more problems. I think I started about 8-10 games, and I got even madder.
It's a big jump though from the previous year.
Yeah, 2 years to 8 years, and then the next year I was a full-time starter because I came in 15 pounds lighter. I had a bald head. I was militant. I was totally programmed, as they say in the professional level. You get programmed. You just become what I got to do, when I got to do it, how I got to do it, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's no emotion, just hard. Everything you got, just go. You know, so it was one of those things. Like I just got programmed, and I programmed myself, and I was all the way in.
And I know a lot of people too. Probably after having a first year like that, only playing 2 games, not being dressed up, they're probably like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, so
I had kids, and I knew I came too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like we go back to it, anybody could quit. That's the easy way.
That's always the easy way out.
That's the easy way. So are you willing to do any more?
Which you clearly did.
Yeah, you got to be willing to do more. Okay, if they asking them more, give more.
Make a lot of sacrifices to be able to get where
you want to go
and achieve in life. That's with everything, though.
That's with everything. It goes with everything. Diet, marriage, relationships, everything. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice?
Now, I kind of want to talk about this because I know a lot of guys get kind of messed up when it comes to that. How important do you think it is to have a good girl by your side when you're building up your dreams?
It's very important because it could become a distraction, or it could become something, a value asset where they help and push you, help you along, motivate you, inspire you, believe in you when you don't believe in yourself sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I think a girl can make or break you when you're building your dreams and coming up.
Because you need people around you that's going to say, hey, you can do it. Yeah, it's supposed to be hard. Go ahead harder. Push. And then when you're going through some tough times, all right, everything will be okay.
Yeah, it's hard.
You're not going to always have your parents or your mom, nurturing mother around, So you got to make sure you got good people around you at all times.
Yeah, that's extremely important. Like, that goes back to what I said, having that circle around you, and that's going to bring out the best in you.
Yep.
Now, kind of getting towards the end now, do you want to say anything about, you want to bring up any topic that you want to talk about, or?
I touched on everything.
Yeah, I think we pretty much touched a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I have 2 more questions.
Oh, I got one. I think I posted this morning, you got to invest in yourself.
Okay.
That's the only way you truly going to achieve some things you want. You got to invest in yourself. Nothing going to drop out of the sky. Put the time, put the effort in, and do everything that you need to do to invest in yourself. Make time. You'll make time for that woman. You'll make time for that man, or whoever it may be. You'll make time for it. Make time for you.
Yeah, this is the most important stock is yourself.
Yeah, yourself.
Invest in it.
Information. I tell my kids, information is money. You got no information, you can't make no money.
That is very true, because you wouldn't know the information.
The information, yeah. So keep evolving as a person, keep learning, keep growing, and the sky's the limit. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind.
Yeah, it goes back to mindset.
Mindset.
It's what's gonna make or break you, I think, is your mindset.
Yeah, and you got to be strong enough to understand nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
Good times, bad times is all like this. So just when it's down here, just get ready for the back up. You know? That's
where mindset comes into play too.
Yep.
Now, do you read any books, or are you a big book reader?
No. I'm sorry to say, no, I don't. I won't lie. But I do gather a lot of information. You know what? I don't read books, but I read a lot of news clips.
Okay.
Stocks. I'm into stocks. I'm always listening to CNN, Fox News. I look at both because I like to read between the lines.
Of course.
You got political talk, but you got to use your own brain to dissect what's really going on. And I have good people around me with information, so I like to pick their brains and, good mentors. Have more than one mentor. I have a stock mentor.
Do you?
You know what I mean? So
you got one for everything.
Yeah. So like I said, it's good to have people who are very knowledgeable of things. So that's the less bumps you got to make.
Exactly. I know personally, for me, having that mentor is huge. Even he's just taught me a lot of lessons as how to make money and having that right mindset, that type of stuff. And
absolutely,
it's extremely important to find someone like that and just be around them as much as possible. Just sit there, be quiet, and hear what they have to say, and do it do what you need to do to be at that table with them.
Yes. Whatever it takes, you know, and just keep taking little tidbits. You ain't got to acquire it all at once, because, you know, they didn't acquire it all at once.
Exactly.
So don't expect you to gather all the information in one day or 2 times or 3 times. It might take a relationship, a friendship over years to gather all that information. But if they're good people, all good work together.
Exactly. And that goes back to, not everything happens overnight. Like, you guys need to put in the work. Behind the scenes, how much work have you put in behind the scenes that no one's ever saw before?
A lot. Exactly. I don't post everything.
Exactly.
I post some things because I want people to see the work. I want people to see it's no excuse. Wake up. Wake up. Go do what you got to do. You can make all the excuse you want, but it ain't going to be no excuse if you don't go get your car tuned up, which is your body.
Exactly.
Because if you just drive a car, it can only go for so long. You better go get the oil change. You better go do what you need to do. You better go get the tires rotated. You better go take care of your car. And that's what my strength coach taught us in college when we was at University of Miami. He was like, hey man, you got one car. What you doing with it? Are you taking care of it? Because if you just run into the ground, don't be pointing at nobody talking about, oh God.
That's true.
Why this, why that? No. Did you do what you're supposed to do with your body? Did you take care? Did you invest in yourself? So
that goes back to even fitness and healthy eating, because your body's your car.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I indulge sometimes. I have me some good times. I'm not paper thin, but at the same time, I know, hey, I better get me 3-4 days out that week where I better take care of my body.
Absolutely.
Eat a salad or eat some greens. Put the right things in your body. Drink water.
That's huge.
Water is the key.
Yeah, it is. It's huge.
Yeah. That's why these water companies making so much money, because they know you better be drinking water. And my grandma was a big person in that. She was doing that back in 1980, 1990, drinking water.
Wasn't available.
Yeah, she was just drinking water. She was like, no, I'm not drinking no juice, not drinking no soda. I'm drinking water. And in my restaurant, we don't sell no sodas.
Wow.
Because I'm like, yeah, we can make money off that. Yeah, it's high profit
But then it
margin.
also goes against the brand.
Going against the brand. It's going against what we believe in, helping people.
Yeah,
I can sell soda. I got people coming to the truck all the time. Hey, man, we get a soda. I was like, man, we don't sell sodas. Man, I ain't got no soda. I'm like, nah, we don't sell sodas. We got water, we got smoothies. Yeah, I ain't got no soda. I'm like, no, we don't got no sodas, because that's going against, we trying to help people.
Exactly.
So when you're trying to help people, it's not about the money. Because I could buy that soda for 50 cents and sell it for $2.
Yeah, $2, $2.50.
Yeah.
The profit margin was that.
Yeah. 5 times, 500%. Exactly. But I say, you know what? We believe in what we believe in. Our purpose is our purpose, and longevity will be there.
That's huge too, because a lot of people nowadays, they don't think like that. They just want to make the money. Think
about when you go to one of these stores and they got the fountain on the outside. They don't care, because they only pay 10 cents for the soda.
Yeah.
And they charge you $3 for that large cup. And you know what they're saying? Go kill yourself.
Literally. You know,
like, you stay right at the machine, push the button.
Exactly. And it's like, those companies don't care what they're putting into the product at all.
Profit.
They're going to go with the cheapest ingredients in order to make the highest profit, like you said,
yes,
on those products, which is crazy. But
so you have to be mindful. You got to be able to dissect things and be like, why are they doing that? Why are they doing this? Mm-hmm. So that's what being disciplined and investing in yourself. And the more you invest in yourself, the more you're going to care about what you put in your mouth.
It's true.
I know it works for me. If I went running this morning, I'm not going to stop at a fast food restaurant and give me a burger.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm going to say, hold on, I put too much work in this morning. Let's go get something healthy.
It changes your whole mindset, the way you think. Because you feel good after you get that workout in.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what? I'm not going to do that.
Absolutely.
Now I kind of like to ask this question too. It's kind of like a fun question. Money's not a factor. What is your dream car?
Well, I believe if money not a factor, a dream car, I guess a Phantom. Somebody drive me around. Whoever it is, somebody drive me around. I don't want to do the driving. That's the dream car.
Yeah, those cars are amazing to sit back and just.
Yeah, I want to sit in the back seat and I want somebody to drive me around. That's the dream car. Yeah. Any dream car, I could do that.
Those are beautiful cars.
Yeah.
And then I like to ask this question to finish off the podcast. What would be your greatest advice for young entrepreneurs or to your younger self?
I said it already, but it's evolve, keep learning. You gotta want to learn. You gotta want to know why. Know the why behind the why, you know what I mean? And be around good people with good information that's gonna help motivate you and tell you, hey, you can do better, or keep pushing forward, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just those type of things.
I think that's huge, because I know we already talked about in deep detail each of those topics, and I think it does play a huge factor about investing in yourself, like you said, and having that good network and having that good mentor and having all those types of things around you.
Absolutely.
Because it does make a difference in everything you do. Well, this was a very, very good podcast. A lot of information you talked about. I hope a lot of people watching this can get behind the scenes of what you do and really get that information to be successful in life and apply it into their life, because you're coming from a successful person like yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. I want to thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure having you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. This is probably my best podcast yet. Biggest guest, most information given. This is a lot of knowledge that can help young people like myself.
And that's what I'm about, man. Like I said, my foundation, 14 years giving back, I was that kid before, you know what I mean? I've been that kid, I have kids, and we got to keep building each other up, and hey, you might be one of my investors one day.
You never know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great way to think of it.
Yeah, so you keep helping people, man. Things come back, and it's not even about that coming back. It's about just helping others.
Yeah.
Bless others, and blessings come back.
You get what you put into the world. I'm a big believer in that, and if you have God and family by your side, I think you can accomplish anything in life.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this episode. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.